PB Random Ramble, folks. Sorry for the long wait, guys, it's my fault. Boys guy is to blame.
Hello, this is PB Random Ramble, episode 17. We have been gone for a month, basically.
Seems longer.
Yeah, who are we? We are Pred. Hey Pred, how is it going?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
You are fine, that is good. That is very good. And I'm Barani, and we are making a podcast where we ramble about stuff and video games and stuff. Yeah, so I can't even say why we have been gone for a month. Didn't do that.
Well, I don't know. I remember I had my back problems when we wanted to record, I think the first time.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I think it was just time, right? And dentist.
I think so. And once we met up and couldn't record because Skype was broken.
Yeah, Skype was the servers were offline. That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird for a whole day, and I think worldwide.
Yeah, it's like Amazon being down.
Yeah, it's something that is like essential to the internet, and nobody can live without it, basically.
Yeah.
So I thought we could watch as a backdrop these beautiful videos of us playing. And the first one is basically like a 0-6 defeat.
Yeah, and it was not one of the first games we played.
No, it was the 4th of October, so the day before yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
And actually we had been on a roll because we have been like practicing regularly and getting better and stuff.
Yeah.
But in some games just nothing works, and it's just funny.
Yeah, it's
sometimes it's funny,
weird.
sometimes it's really frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, this was like one of the games where I think, I don't know, we didn't play that bad, like in mid-game.
Yeah, I think that's even why I really recorded it. I think they were just really, really good with getting their chances in.
Yeah.
Striking successfully.
Yeah.
Is it like striker? Is that the word for Stürmer in English?
There are like more words. I don't really know. You have the forward. That's what some people use in soccer. You have the striker, and I don't know. Yeah, that's about it. I think striker, forward.
Okay, yeah, because forward is something that I would like use in other sports, but
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you have like I play like FIFA in English, and you have like the old school center guy who's like the only striker, and I think that they are called like center striker in the game.
Okay.
And then you have like when you play with wingers, you have like the right forward, the center forward, and the left forward. So I don't know if a forward is a little more back, like Messi, you know?
Huh? Yeah, that might be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so basically you have to get used to a whole different terminology in the English.
Yeah, you do.
And it's like it's not a sport that they really enjoy spending much time with the US Americans. The English people do, so so it's not something that you get to like get in your face all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
The English lingo. Well, yeah, they just made everything into a goal, basically.
Yeah, that's one of those games where they just score every single shot they get.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just in my player view, so you can see how I kind of play. It's pretty funny. I feel like we got to a point now. Like for example, yesterday we played like 8 games and we won all of them.
Yeah.
And it was super fun. And I feel like we're at a point now where we have like a strategy going and very good. Like we're almost never playing on Skype because we both basically are too lazy, I think, most of the time. So we have like a nonverbal communication that works really well.
Yeah.
And we know how the other player moves and what he has to do and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but still some games are just, I don't know, it's just like it's cursed. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes there are teams that are just really, really good in that bracket. And then you get the like the final score, and you can see that they are only like semi-pros or something.
Yeah.
And my I already told you about that. My theory is that some people just make practice accounts
I think that's true, yeah.
to just practice without messing up their main rating.
Yeah,
What the
exactly.
fuck? Yeah.
Although you have one rating for each bracket that you play in.
Yeah.
Like 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, and chaos, which is 4 versus 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice name for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and at some point they promised like real cross-platform grouping,
Okay.
which is not really implemented yet, but you can actually play in groups over different platforms if you make password-protected what do you call that, matches, and then
Yeah.
you can give a name to the match, and I think the other one can like look for it, and then he has a password from you. That's the only way you can like group over PS4 and PC abridged.
But it's like one of the only games, or it's like the only game I know where it's actually cross-platform.
Yeah, and
Well,
it would be great if we could make a 3 versus 3 group with Chad and Heather, whoever wants to play with us, or a 4 versus 4. But that would work too, because they could play on one monitor, right, on the TV, like on split screen.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, they could.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, so we could make like a chaos group.
Oh, by the way, if you ever want to practice like the aerials, the best method to practice aerials I found is actually a 3 versus 3, because like if you miss an aerial and you don't get punished for it because there are 2 other guys.
Yeah, I think that's true.
And it's so chaotic sometimes that you get a lot of high balls.
Yeah.
And
I think that's absolutely true, because the training really, I don't know, man. The training is just it's like in a laboratory test that you do, and it's not really realistic.
Yeah,
I don't know how to say it right.
Yeah, and some of the training is pretty ridiculously difficult, like the last stage, where you have to hit like diagonal aerials like right under the roof and shit like that.
It's crazy. Have you done the goalie trainings?
Not the last one.
Well, the last one is really hard, and the most that I got out of it is like 60%, which is 6 from 10 saves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was like once, and every other time it's mostly like 20 or 30%. So it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
It's comparable, probably.
Yeah. They're all like the last stages, are like almost all of them are pretty hard. I think I got 60% on the shooting one, which is okay. Like
that is pretty good. Yeah, I'm bad at that too. I'm really bad in like playing in front as a striker.
You're not. I remember.
I'm getting better, but
there were like 2 games where you like scored 3 goals in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but that was out of spite and out of aggression.
Full of hate.
When players really get to me with their shoving and driving into you and like trying to crash you as a goalie.
Yeah.
And that kind of play makes me really aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I use shoving too, but it's not like my main method, It's something that I use sometimes, like in unique situations, and not like a strategy. Yeah,
like there are some situations where somebody's waiting for a high ball and you just push them out of the way or something.
Yeah.
Look
at that, for example, as like a situation in goal, which is like really hard, I feel, most of the time to control. Mm-hmm. And I think I did pretty well here.
Oh, the
high ball that comes from the corner,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that's really hard most of the time.
Yeah.
You have a couple of hard things in as a goalie in the game.
Oh yeah, the positioning when the goal is behind you is pretty tough, I think, to judge if the ball is actually coming towards the goal or.
Definitely, yeah.
That is something I have trouble with.
Yeah, that's a problem for me too. But that is something that really gets better with practice. But this like slope here.
Yeah.
It's like killing me, because the ball can basically bounce in many different angles depending on like millimeters where he like impacts.
Yeah.
And you have to commit to your, your feeling of where the ball is gonna rebound to.
Yeah. You have to like, and sometimes it's the wrong.
And then you just fly past it because
Yeah.
because it's a little more high or a little more away from the what do you call these? Bande is it in German?
Oh, I don't know what it's called. Is it like the? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Bande? Like barrier or something? Like the outside walls, or? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Like indoor soccer vocabulary is not part of our English.
have you played soccer in real life, by the way?
Yes,
I
I've
mean
played.
as a sport in a club.
Team? Yeah. Mm?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but only like 3 years or something.
As a kid.
As like a young teen, like 12, 13.
Oh, okay. I've been playing like from the earliest stage you can, basically. What age is that?
Oh, isn't that like 5 or 6 or something?
Yeah, I think it's like 6, right?
Yeah.
And then stopped for like 2 years or 3 years at some point. Oh, there we caught a goal.
Yeah.
And then I restarted. I don't know when the pause was, but I basically played through almost my whole childhood except for 2 years until I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was interested in music and girls and not yet drugs, but
Not yet.
definitely not soccer. And I
Yeah.
come from like a rural area, and the people were just I didn't like the people anymore because they were basically like they were really unpleasant people.
Yeah,
mostly.
like rural area people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
were.
know what you mean.
I don't know. So yeah, but I really love soccer.
Yeah, I liked playing it. I mean, like the thing about me playing soccer was I played in Norway, and I played with mostly Americans on my team.
Oh, okay.
And
in the international school thing.
yeah, and most of these guys just played soccer because they couldn't get into the football, baseball, or basketball team.
Huh.
Meaning they're just not very sporty
Oh, I see. Okay.
at all. And it was like playing like most of them. Well, it was a little disheartening because we had like 3-4 Europeans on the team, and
Yeah.
like the whole what do you say? The whole success of the team was on our shoulders,
Ah.
because I mean, there are a lot of great North Americans who play really good soccer, but just not at our school. And it was like, I don't know, man. It was like it was almost like playing with 10-year-old girls.
Okay.
Because I mean, like they didn't even know how to kick a ball. You know, they would have never kicked a ball before. And then
Oh wow.
and then our coach, we had 2 coaches. The first one was American, and he was like, well, soccer is all about scoring goals. He was like the equivalent of our players.
I see,
Because
yeah.
he didn't know shit about soccer. So he was like, well, soccer is all
He
about
just
scoring goals.
thought he would.
Yeah. And he was, okay, you know, in soccer you score goals, so I'm going to put all the best player in front.
Yeah.
But that's not how it works, right?
No,
so
that's not how it
on our
works.
first match, I remember I was playing the center striker, and the other Europeans were playing like the wingers. And I remember we lost like 11-1.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because our goalie couldn't even catch a fucking ball.
Well, yeah.
Right? It was like really bad.
That sounds horrible.
I mean, you asked if I played soccer in my youth. Well, not really.
Okay, I see.
But then we had a coach from Wales. He was my science teacher. And he knew a lot about soccer. He was pretty cool. And he got some other people
Oh, nice goal, by the way. I'm sorry for
Oh.
interrupting.
Oh, did I score that? Or
Yeah, that was really pretty. Like,
pizza wagon.
look at that, man.
Oh, yeah, I put it right under the top
Bam.
bar. Yeah.
Like, soft attach, and let's go back. And view that one more time. Bam. Very nice, man.
Oh, that was like in the last second.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah,
yeah.
I know. That was
It
the
was-
fun thing about it. We were behind, like with 1 or 2 goals, and we turned it around in the last second.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So the soccer coach from Wales.
Yeah, and he kind of convinced some other people from the school who were kind of good at soccer, but were already doing something else. He convinced them to play for the team,
Hmm.
and then I played like central defender with another European guy who was a very good friend of mine, and because we were very tall for our age, and we got a lot of better after that. We were very structured, and yeah, we didn't lose every game.
I see.
So that was okay.
And the coach helped also because he like had
Yeah,
had an inkling of how to set up the team and stuff like that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And there was like soccer practice. We had like soccer practice 3 times a week. And I remember the
That's
American.
actually a lot.
That is a lot, but I mean the pitch was directly on the school
Okay.
ground, so you would just go to school until like 3 p.m. and then right afterwards you would have soccer practice.
Hmm.
And I remember our first coach, and I know that that's also very typical for team sports, soccer, where you like preseason you do a lot of conditioning,
Yeah.
all right?
I can imagine that. Yeah.
But the problem was our team was like so bad, and people didn't even know how to kick a ball that we only did conditioning all the time. So that was kind of bad from the first coach we had.
I see.
Because it would have been much better if we at least would have like played the first half hour before we lose our breath, but we could actually play soccer.
I see.
But
Yeah.
how we practiced was like, okay, everybody could run for 90 minutes, but nobody could play soccer. And that was kind of a bad choice. But afterwards, we had like skill training and shooting training, passing training with the other coach. I remember that.
I remember one funny thing I remember is that I actually at some point like had a training on how to fall.
Oh,
And
really?
I don't mean like without hurting yourself, but like if you are in a situation where you are really, I don't know, where people get close to you and you could maybe like make it into a foul like against you.
Yeah.
That's kind of falling, you know. That's
Yeah,
it's just
I'm-
really fucked up. If
Yeah, like flopping, I think it's called.
it's called flopping, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Schwalbe. you
Yeah,
know?
Schwalbe in German.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that in soccer. I think there are some things where the defender like roughs you up a little bit, and he is doing like illegal stuff because the ref is not watching, or because he is
Yeah.
pulling your jersey or something, which is clearly not allowed because it slows you down.
Yeah.
And that's like a point where I think, okay, like letting yourself fall would be okay.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
because you know what I mean. Because it's like the other guy is just being a dick because the ref can't see because his view is blocked or something. And I think that is okay. But this like flopping, where you try to get a penalty kick or something, or
Out of
like,
nothing.
out of nothing is very wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But the other thing is just part of soccer.
Yeah, there's like a very thin line between fairness and unfairness, and I think sometimes it's really hard to
Yeah.
to see that if you are the one person like physically on the ground without like different camera angles,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just your own perspective viewpoint, so you can't see everything, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but aren't there like new rules implemented that basically let games be like you can remake decisions about certain game situations depending on what the camera?
No, they wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But like everybody was like really against it because they said it would take like the like a lot of the fun out of football.
Huh,
You
I
couldn't
don't know,
review.
man.
And I mean, even in American sports, and like American listeners, if we have any, correct me if I'm wrong, but you only have like in basketball and football, you have 3 reviews you can call. So basically, when there's a play and you think, like the coach, right? When you think there's a play where your players were wrong, or where you should have gotten a point or something and you didn't, you can review the play with the camera.
Okay, yeah.
And for the coaches, right? So the referees, and if they decide if it was a correct decision or wrong decision.
I see, yeah.
But you can only do that 3 times. So it's not like every play is reviewed.
And isn't NHL hockey something that resorts to camera?
Yeah, I bet every sport has that. I know. I think in basketball, you like lose a timeout or something if you do it.
Okay.
I don't know. I really don't know, but I know there is some kind of mechanic.
Yeah, I think that it's actually that would actually be good and fair, but I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're not a sports podcast, so maybe we should talk about video games or something.
Yeah, let's talk about video games.
Yeah, so
let's talk about FIFA. No, just kidding.
Yeah, why not? Let's talk about 2K, NBA 2K16 and FIFA 16 if you want to, because you have some. You probably don't want to talk about NBA because you're fed up with the game, right?
Yeah, I mean,
do you want to elaborate a little bit, or
yeah, I can give like a short summary. So I've been playing NBA 2K I think since 2008 or something. And I've really loved the game. I played NBA Live. That's the EA version. I've played that like when I was a kid, like 1995 or something. 96. And then I bought NBA 2K last year, and it was really promising. When you played like offline, it was like a really awesome game, really fun and really great. The animations and the mechanics, everything was awesome. But the online mode was like really bad because you have like input lag. When you press a button, it takes like 1 second to actually do that. That action. And all the shots were working with like a shot meter, which you hold down, and depending on the kind of shot the specific player has, you have to release the button, and then it either goes in or not if your timing is good.
Okay.
And that is definitely you have to kind
of. Is it like a gauge with the green area in the middle that you have to release the button at the right time?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And that really worked really well, like in offline mode, but online it's just a pain in the ass. So basically, the players that perfected the 1 second input lag thing would be playing like really good, and the others who were like casual online players were just fucked.
I see.
Well, yeah. And then
that sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah, and why I hated the company, or why I started hating the company, was because of their community managers, or their community manager, which is like one guy. And he's such an asshole. I hate this guy. His name is Ronnie2K. And I think I've talked about this on a podcast before, haven't I?
I don't remember, but it could very well be.
Well, there was this one thing where they gave out like special cards for their Ultimate Team mode, right?
Okay, yeah.
And you had like they gave out keys, and you can put in the key in the game, and then you get the player. And the first time was like, oh, we have a special key for you. We will release it tomorrow on Twitter in a span of 16 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Or something like that, right?
I think you really did talk about this.
I did talk about it. Well,
by the way, we're playing terribly here.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically what happened is they released the key. A lot of people were waiting for the key. And then they released the key on Twitter and put a spelling mistake in the key.
Ah, great.
Right?
Yeah.
And so
it was like a string of numbers and letters.
Yeah, right. And they added something on the end, which was just like fat fingered because he was posting it with his mobile phone.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I think it was A++. Those were the 3 things that were added. And kind
of ironic.
I tried to put in the code. It didn't work. And then like a minute later, he was like, "Oh yeah, I put in the wrong code. Here's the right one." But it was like a limited amount of cards, right, that were given out. So basically, some people just figured out, okay, it must be a mistake, so we will just leave the last 3 letters. So all the keys were gone when he corrected his mistake.
Ah, I see.
And that's okay. I mean, mistakes happen. But he was on the live stream and he said he literally said, "Why is it my fault if some people are too stupid to type?"
What the fuck? I don't know what he's trying to say there, even, because it's literally he's saying I'm too stupid to type, but I'm kind of miraculously saying someone else is at fault. I don't understand it.
No, he thought it wasn't his fault. He has like this assistant community manager, and he was like, oh, his name is Ronnie 2K, right? The boss, the community manager, and he said like, Ronnie 2K, I think you've made a mistake.
Okay, yeah.
There. And then he was like, well, I don't know what kind of mistake. And then the other guy corrected it. And then he talked to Ronnie 2K again, and then Ronnie 2K said like, "Oh, well, why is it? I don't care if people are too stupid to type in something." That was actually like a really big.
Rude.
Yeah, I think it's called A++ gate. Yeah, and that's when I decided that the company was just a pile of shit. And I was
they did a lot of questionable decisions and things like.
Yeah, I mean, you know. My take on it was always that I never blamed this Ronnie 2K guy because I bet it was just like the executives or the CEOs, whatever. They're assholes. They just they're not assholes. I mean, they make decisions that make them money, right? And they don't want to be blamed for it. So they just get somebody who can take the blame and doesn't give a fuck. And that's why they have this community manager, right? Who doesn't give a fuck. So I don't blame the community manager. I blame the company for just being like a lot of companies these days.
Yeah.
Just being like assholes.
Yeah. Assholes to their customers and
and that's why I don't support that game anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you played so much of the last game. It's really it's really like a testimony to how shitty they behaved.
Yeah.
Because you really like the game, actually.
Yeah, I really like the game, but I mean, I'm like one of the last people who really cares about this kind of stuff, right? I'm not very ideologic, but that was just too much for me. Somebody so blatantly just being a dick to the customers.
Yeah, that's not good. I think I have to let the cat in for a second. If you want to start talking about FIFA, go ahead.
Yeah, I can. So you're gone. Okay, so I bought FIFA. FIFA is a great game this year. It's really, really nice. The mechanics are really, really fine-tuned. I I suck at the game, like really bad.
But you just started playing barely, right?
Not really. Not
okay,
really.
How much time do you have invested yet?
I haven't looked at Origin, but it must be like 20, 25 hours.
Okay. Okay, wow, yeah.
I played a couple of games, and on the easier difficulties, it's no problem. But I don't want to play on the easiest, like on the top or the bottom 3 difficulty levels. I want to get like the whole game, how it's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
With all the strategies and tactics and little things you have to do to whatever score, get the ball.
Yeah.
But I'm really bad. I looked at a lot of tutorials. I tried everything. I practiced, and I just lose. It's ridiculous. I lose with my good team against really bad teams all the time. I can't get the ball from the other team. It's ridiculous.
So what difficulty do you play? The hardest or the second?
Oh, you can't really tell because when you play this ultimate team mode, the difficulty just grows gradually depending on how far you get in a tournament or in a league. So I don't really know.
So that's like an organic difficulty that you can't change at all in this mode.
You can't change it all. No, you start at like Division 10, and then you can go up to Division 1. And I'm stuck at Division 7. I can't. I like barely made Division 7, and I just get my ass kicked in Division 7 now all the time.
Okay, yeah.
And I tried. So I must have played like, I don't know, 15 games in Division 7 with like all the tutorials I've watched on how to get the ball and what buttons to press, and I just lose all the time. It's like one of the first times that one of these sports games has been like really discouraging for me.
But isn't that actually not that much of a bad thing? Because it's like if it's discouraging, it is a bad thing. But I thought maybe it's just driving you to play better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's this thing. They like refined the passing system a lot. They implemented a new pass. I don't know if you've seen this. You've probably seen this like in real life games where sometimes when they do like short passes, they pass like really hard, and it relies on the receiver to have like a lot of technical skill to actually accept the pass and then carry on with playing. I don't know. You must have seen it a lot of times. It's just that so nobody can get his leg in between the passer and the receiver.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Okay.
It's like a really hard pass. They do sometimes. Like flat on the ground, and you can do that now. And you basically have to look exactly where you want to pass. Otherwise, the pass will be inaccurate or too soft.
Okay.
So what I wanted to say was that, I mean, playing better is like when I play, it's if it was about, okay, I have got to concentrate more on my passing game, or, I have to really focus on looking at the player I want to pass to, or I have to position myself better. But it's ridiculous how it is now, and I still blame myself. I mean, a lot of people play Division 1 and they're really good at it. I still blame myself, but what is really discouraging for me is I have the feeling I can't even get the ball from the other team. See, I like tackle, I pull on their jerseys to disrupt them, and I can't get the ball. I have like this Saudi Arabian team with their 59 rating striker, and he just dribbles through my like Real Madrid defense and just scores. It's like I'm like a 50-year-old playing FIFA for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
Did you have these problems in the earlier FIFAs?
No.
Wow.
But
okay.
I've never played the earlier FIFAs like online.
Well, then I would almost guess that you probably just have to get used to all the new systems. I don't know.
Yeah. No. You know what I think it is, and I have to be like honest here. It's just that for me, like playing FIFA was always about like scoring like really nice goals, like beautiful goals, and I probably never put the difficulty up that high.
Yeah.
That I really had to work for these goals.
Yeah.
So now when I can't put the difficulty down and I have to play like the normal difficulty or the high difficulty, I'm just not used to this kind of
play. Like team, really effective team play or really effective play at all. Like you were just playing for the eye candy and the.
Yeah, I mean, if we play like FIFA against each other, and I remember we had this night like a couple of years ago where we played FIFA. I remember when we play, it's just like you pass the ball and then you sprint because nobody knows really how to dribble or do like fancy stuff or play really good defense. You just play with each other just for fun, right? It's just like, but the computer doesn't let you do that. So you can't sprint. People were saying, like, if you really want to play FIFA on the higher difficulties, let go of the sprint button. If you press sprint, you don't have control of the ball. You can't get the ball from anybody else.
Wow.
And if you've played FIFA like your whole life with holding down the sprint button, you're having like
basically that's what I do, except for when I go into a what do you call it, Zweikampf?
Oh yeah, what do you call that? I don't know.
Yeah, when you go 1 versus 1 against one person, and you kind of want to trick them. Yeah, that's the only time I let go of the sprint.
Yeah,
button.
where you like control your pace, right? And
exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was like integral to my play when I played FIFA. But I was like a really bad FIFA player. I always only played very. Rarely with friends on a network session evening style basis.
I mean, like playing FIFA with friends and where everybody's on the same level may it be bad or good is actually like I think it's really fun.
Yeah, definitely. I have that soccer madness in me, although I actually don't watch any soccer anymore.
Yeah.
But I have that in me, and it comes out totally in when playing FIFA and also when playing Rocket League. Like I
Yeah,
get
that's
really
true.
emotionally attached to winning, and
Yeah.
I'm not competitive at all normally.
Yeah.
Like only with myself and getting better, but not really against other people. But when I played FIFA against other people, like on a weekend night at my place, I was really getting like really aggressive and
Yeah, I
competitive.
remember. Yeah, I remember one friend of ours. He was like really into it because I never thought he would be into FIFA at all, but
Yeah,
he was like really into it. That was really funny.
yeah. Who was that?
Leonard?
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's a little insider and not good
Yeah,
for radio, but yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Definitely, some people you
yeah,
don't expect that.
yeah,
They are so soft and like hearty people, and then
yeah,
when it's about soccer as a video game, they get crazy.
yeah,
Definitely, and Rocket League does that too. But I mean, uh, we have talked about this. Obviously, we have games in which we just laugh ourselves to death, basically,
yeah,
because we're doing so stupid things, and every time something stupid happens, a mistake happens, I can't help but laugh hysterically, and it's
yeah,
like there are these games too. But sometimes when we lose against people who just have a lot of luck, for example, I get really frustrated.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's true. I mean, yeah, sometimes it gets so ridiculous that you can only laugh about it, but sometimes it's
yeah.
when you don't even have a chance because the other team just has so much luck.
I have to get, yeah, exactly, luckers. It's only luckers and the other
Damn
team.
luckers.
I have to
Yeah.
get back to you, like flying past that ball. By the way, you're playing so much in normal cam. You can see that when I have player
Oh
view.
yeah.
You have like the normal cam for 85% of the time on, and I
Yeah.
have like ball cam for 90%
Yeah.
of the time. It's crazy. I can't. I would love to watch you play more, but it makes me dizzy, honestly.
Yeah, I have problems getting like the right angles on the ball in ball cam, and that's why I play with that camera mostly.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I tried to switch to ball cam, you remember, and it just couldn't work.
Try
I
to
was too
retrain
frustrated,
yourself.
and I only use ball cam now to know where
That
the
was
ball
really
is at a
skillful,
current.
by the way.
Yeah, it was really nice, wasn't it?
To know where the ball is, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and these kinds of basically like a pass to the enemy in your own zone is
Yeah.
what I do a lot of times still also, and they are mistakes that we could like get rid of.
yeah. Yeah, we
But
talked about it yesterday. Sometimes when you're to the back of the, I don't know, if you're not standing in goal but you're like facing your goal,
Yeah.
and you try to clear the ball, it's kind of hard to find the right way to clear the ball
Yeah, totally.
because you don't really
Definitely.
know who's behind you. If the enemy team is just waiting there for the ball and then just score.
Yeah, yeah.
So, should we talk about Metal Gear Solid?
Do you wanna? I mean, every podcast and person like in the games industry in existence has been talking about it to death in the last month. So I want to hear your stance too. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I think this is like the first time I've not read a single review of a game.
Okay.
So this is like my opinion. I don't know if that's the official opinion of the internet or not.
Well,
So
I have heard a lot of opinions. I can maybe educate you on that.
so I'm at about I think 22% of the game, and there's a reason for that. And I think Metal Gear Solid would have been a really awesome 20-hour game.
Okay.
And they kind of watered it down with another 100 hours of a like sort of a mobile gameplay and the blatant reuse of assets. I think it's ridiculous. I don't even know where to start. It's so lazy.
Does
I mean,
it start in chapter 2 or at the end of chapter 2?
what do you mean?
The whole like mobile game mechanics and
Oh, yeah.
reusing of assets.
Yeah, that starts. Oh, that starts pretty early. As soon as
Yeah.
you start collecting soldiers for
Okay.
your little mini missions, you can send them on, which is just mobile gameplay.
Yeah.
That is just collecting stuff, then researching stuff, which takes like 3 hours, where you have to be online to
Okay.
do that,
Wow.
and then you send your soldiers on missions, which you can't really see anything, right? It's like a mobile game. You press a button and your soldiers go on a mission, and 3 hours later, you get some resources where you can like develop some new weapons or something.
3 hours, like in real lifetime,
Yeah,
or
real
do you
life
have to
3 hours.
play the 3 hours? No,
Oh, you
right?
have to be in the game for 3 hours.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
And that is just, oh my god. I mean, I played the Metal Gear Solid 4, right? And I've said it multiple times. It's my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
It's just the game was just so. And I think Sinesha said that he's not really into these 2.5 hour cutscenes that Metal Gear Solid 4 had.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But one thing is, like in Metal Gear Solid 4, every level you played or every area you were in was very neatly designed, and there were a lot of details, and every area was different, and like the enemy types were different. And now it's like the first 40 hours of the game, you're like in Afghanistan. Everything looks the same.
Okay.
Like there are like 4 or 5 unique places. And unique places, I mean like a prison or a factory or one of the towns, right? And the first like not 40 hours, but let's say 25 hours, all the missions are at these 4 or 5 places.
Okay. Wow.
It's just
Yeah.
reused. And the thing is, the shack in the prison has the exact same skins, like graphics,
Huh.
as the shack in the damn town.
Oh wow.
It's just
Okay.
yeah, it's as if they created 2 levels, right, in
Yeah.
early development, and they made the whole game out of these 2 levels.
Wow.
And I'm like, and you have like the next area, I think it's the only other area, is in Africa, and it's the same thing. You have like muddy places and swamp huts, and it looks the same everywhere.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Well, that that sounds like what I heard a lot in the last like 1 or 2 weeks after release, because in the beginning everyone was praising it like as game of the
Yeah.
year 100%, and then suddenly people got to that point and they realized, okay, it's like somehow this game is on some levels like it not has been finished really.
No,
You know what I
no.
mean? And it's reusing of assets and these weird mechanics and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I found it really interesting that everyone was like basically saying best game ever, because
Yeah.
they didn't have enough time in it. So I don't know. It's like a weird misconception, like a collective misconception that comes with not really finishing a game before you talk about it. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that you have to finish the game in order to intelligently talk about it. But people
Yeah.
were so were like gushing like crazy, and
Well, yeah, I said
Yeah.
the same thing after like the first 15 hours or something.
Yeah, you
because,
did, yeah.
I mean,
best game ever or something.
Yeah, that's because I mean I don't know, if when you play the fourth installment of the game, and which was really awesome. Like the story was really well done, like the cutscenes and shit. That was a nice goal. No, it wasn't. Damn it.
Yeah, I thought so too. That would have been beautiful.
And then you start the fifth game, and the first 3-4 hours are exactly like the fourth game.
Okay, yeah.
The graphics are awesome. The story is awesome. The atmosphere is awesome. You have like these awesome encounters with like some mutants, and everything is like really cool. You have cool cutscenes. You have badass moments, and then you start playing the game, and then you're like the real game, right, where you're in Afghanistan. And then you're like, oh, okay, this is cool. And you start, doing your first stealth missions, and you start getting to know the whole, I don't know what it's called, the parachute mechanic, where you just
Yeah.
kidnap soldiers and equipment. And
Heard about that, yeah.
yeah, when you have to like get special soldiers that help you in the game, like an interpreter that where you can understand. When you get him afterwards, you can understand what the Russian guards are saying to each other, and it's really cool, right? And you're like,
Okay,
wow,
yeah.
I'm into like one
A
of
lot
the
of
greatest games
weird,
ever.
cool mechanics.
Yeah, yeah, and you and like the close quarter combat where you sneak up to somebody and you put him like in a chokehold, and then you can question him, right? And they might give you information on that there is like a blueprint in the base, and if you get that blueprint, you can develop this awesome new weapon. Or he's saying, oh, there's a specialist in the base which you can kidnap, and he gives you some special bonus.
Okay, yeah.
And that happens like in the first 20 hours, and you're like, wow, this game is awesome. There are so many things in this game, and I can't even wait. What else is going to come? Right? And then nothing comes.
Yeah. I
And
think
that's-
I've heard the sentence, there are so many mechanics in this game that most people will never see all of them. So I think there are really probably some mechanics that you didn't know about. But
Yeah, yeah.
like I've heard, for example, there are tapes with fart sounds on them. And
Yeah,
you
I
can,
didn't know that.
for example, go into a toilet in an enemy base, or as I understand it, something like that.
I found the tape on the toilet. But you know,
Okay, and then you can go onto the toilet and hide. And normally, like a guard would look into it, but when you start the tape with the fart noises, then he's like too embarrassed and it's too awkward, and he won't go into it.
yeah, that is actually really cool.
Yeah, these kinds of things are like genius, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things in the game where you think, okay, I've never seen this before, and this is really, really cool. But I don't know, this kind of stuff. I mean, the gameplay is awesome, don't get me wrong. I mean, like the stealth mechanic and how you can solve certain missions. I remember I always thought when I was playing the game, I really feel like the special forces guy who has to do reconnaissance first, and then he has to infiltrate, and then he has to do his primary objective, and the way the other soldiers behave and everything. You know, it's really awesome, right? You feel really cool.
Yeah.
The problem is you just do the same thing in the same environment with the same graphics over and over and over again, and then
okay.
you get to this point where, and there's like barely any story, and like a lot of fanboys
Really?
will, yes,
Wow. Okay.
and
Didn't think that.
I can tell you why, and that's because and all the fanboys are gonna say, well, the story is on the tapes.
Ah, I see. Okay.
They put all like in Metal Gear Solid 4, it was like 95% of the story was from cutscenes and dialogues, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
like the level design and the different enemy types. And now 95% of the story is from listening to tapes. You have
I
like
don't know, man.
you get like
That
there's-
doesn't fit the Metal Gear Solid franchise at all, I think.
No, and I mean I think I don't know if that's what the company said or if that's what the fanboys said, that people got really turned off by Metal Gear Solid 4 and these 2-hour cutscenes, so they wanted that players had the choice if they wanted to participate actively like in the story or not, so they put in these tapes.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
I
that's
see.
just, but that's bullshit. Well, that's like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's like just lazy ass way of saving money.
Well, I agree. I mean, it's better. I heard someone say that Destiny actually has a good story, but it's completely on the website.
yeah,
Did you know that there are like big book length story parts of the game, and it's somewhere hidden on the website, and you can like unlock it, and then the story seems to be pretty good, but it's not in the game. I mean, it's better to have it on the tapes in the game, but still, I don't know, man. You want to have these 2-hour cutscenes, don't you? Want to have these in the game?
And even if you don't have the 2-hour cutscenes, I know one game that does like the storytelling really, really well. I think is World of Warcraft, because in World of Warcraft you have so much story in the quest text, right?
Yeah, that's
But
true.
even
Yeah.
if you never read one single quest, you still kind of know what's going on through dungeon bosses, through those little cutscenes they started implementing
You're right.
in
Yeah.
Wrath of the Lich King. And the quests you had to do. I mean, you see like, I don't know, undead killing humans, and then okay, undeads are here and they're wrong, and we have to fight the undeads, right?
Yeah.
So like the level design itself kind of gives a lot of the story.
That's true. Yeah, they are clever like that. That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
if the story is really good, and there's another question, but you definitely get a picture of what's going on without really reading the quest text. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Which is probably an art to pull off.
yeah, and the thing is, and that's what I thought to myself is, when are you gonna listen to all these tapes? I remember after like 10 hours, I already had 16 tapes with like 5 minutes of quest story text on them.
Oh wow, okay.
And
It's like more than an hour of text already.
Yeah, it's like an hour of listening.
Tape.
Yeah, and it's really weird because, I mean, the Metal Gear Solid story by itself is very confusing.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? And they kept that on in the tapes. So you like, after the beginning, the first the prologue level where you escape that hospital or whatever, you have tapes in your inventory, and it's some kind of questioning from somebody who questions somebody else, right? And you don't really know why they're questioning somebody. So they try to put this like puzzling story on the tapes, which doesn't work at all.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? It's just
sounds really confusing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the tapes.
So you're done with the game? You won't play it anymore?
Well, I don't know.
Because I've heard people say that it's better than they initially thought when this like second part of the game came, where you have to do the base and mobile game like style stuff and stuff like that, and the reusing of assets, and even like really saying, okay, it's definitely repetitive in some ways, but still, I'm glad that I played through the game because there were so many other qualities that I wouldn't have seen otherwise.
Yeah, I can totally see that. But the thing you just mentioned, I didn't want to mention that because I thought it was kind of spoilery, and that's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen or I've ever heard of, is that people got really confused when they played for 40 hours and suddenly the story was concluded. And then I mean, the game was finished. And then what happens is you have to do and they're actually exactly the same. All the old missions that you did before, you do them, but they're more difficult.
Wow. Okay.
Like sometimes you start a mission and you don't have any weapons, where you have to, but there's no sense behind it. Nobody knows why you actually have to do these missions again.
That is so weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
That sounds so wrong.
Yeah, it sounds wrong.
I really wanted to buy the game in the beginning of the month, and then I heard like creeping in like in more and more of my gaming podcasts that I listen to, critical voices, negative accounts, and I don't know. And then I don't think I will buy it before it goes on sale.
Yeah, I remember I got really upset by the reusing of assets, and some things just don't make sense, because multiple missions in the first like chapter or whatever, they play in the same scenes, right? So maybe like mission 4 is rescue the prisoner from the prison, right?
Yeah.
And then you destroy everything in the prison and kill everybody. And then mission 8 is rescue prisoner number 2 from the prison, and the prison is just well again. Everything's fine.
Oh, okay.
So that was something that pissed me off. But what really got to me was when I thought, okay, I read about the legendary gunsmith, and when you find the legendary gunsmith, you can start customizing your guns. And that was like a huge thing in the fourth installment of the series. Like the gun customization to really make the guns like suit your needs, right? You could put on like silencers, or you could put different stocks or whatever, right? Every gun you could like do every gun, and it was like really unique.
Okay, yeah.
And that was what kept me like playing, because I was already like kind of bored by the game. And I said, okay, I'm going to play so far that I get the Legendary Gunsmith, so I can start customizing my guns.
Yeah.
And I got the Legendary Gunsmith.
That was almost a goal, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, the Legendary Gunsmith was for me very disappointing, because it's just lazy again. It's just instead of having like unique loadouts for every weapon, right? For example, you have like an M4, right, and then you can put this new improved M4 wood stock on it, right, to get your accuracy better. What they did is they just took. You have like weapon categories like pistols, assault rifles, submachine guns, right? Like you have in games. And the thing you can do is, like you have an M4 and you have an AK-47. You can just combine them. It's just like, okay, I can put the AK-47 barrel on the M4.
Okay.
And in the end, you get like this
bastard.
Yeah, you get this, that's exactly. You get this ugly bastard, which doesn't.
That isn't political correct, right? Political correctness.
Well, bastard, right? That's okay. Well,
I don't know, man. Anyways,
you never know.
Didn't want to offend anyone.
Yeah, sorry if you're a bastard. It's okay. No, and it just doesn't feel right. It just feels like, oh, we have to put in some kind of cool gun customization, but we don't really have enough money or time to do this. So let's just make them combine the guns.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right for me.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right to me either. I have to agree. It sounds like they kind of went over their head and didn't manage to do everything as they planned, maybe. So they had to cut down in certain aspects. Yeah. I don't know. That's just a thought.
Yeah, and that mobile game style, micromanagement of your soldiers.
That is like the whole base thing, space strategy. And yeah, okay.
That is, I mean, I would bet on that was not an idea that the developer came up with.
I heard a cool thing about that, though. I heard that people found, like, buried in the file structure of the game somewhere a video, and it's like probably it all points towards that is the final cutscene of the game, and it's unlocked when you have disarmed every nuclear warhead of every other player. Like, I don't know if that's even possible, you know?
Yeah.
But apparently you can go around and you can have a nuclear warhead, and if you do have one, then you can be bombed by other ones. And so there's this like meta game of nuclear armament.
Yeah.
And when you finish the game is when nobody has any warheads anymore. I thought that was like a really good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Especially from the Japanese perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there is an online component in the game where you have like your own base, and you can put like defenses on it, and then another person can try to infiltrate it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I've played for, I don't know, over 40 hours. I've never seen this. Because they put in so much repetitive shit in between everything new you get.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Oh, man.
It's like the whole soldier planning thing, which was like one of the main like selling points of the game when people heard about it. You know, you have your own army.
Yeah.
You get that after like 20 hours of playing.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That is really, I mean, sounds like they made some really questionable decisions.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The game is like fun, right? I mean,
okay,
the stuff you can do, how you can approach different missions. I remember like one of the first missions is getting that interpreter from that base, and then you can choose if you want to start at night or if you want to start on a day like daytime. And then like they behave differently at night. They have different the patrols have different routes, right? So you really have to do reconnaissance. Like how do they move? When is that person by itself? You know, when can I get him? You have stuff, for example, if you get caught, or if somebody finds a dead body or something, they call in support, right, from the next town or something, or like from some, I don't know if that's just spawned or if they come from some other place on the map, and you have like certain ways to block that. So you have like satellite dishes, and you can destroy these satellite dishes, and all their communication is cut off from the outside.
Okay, yeah, that's very.
So
that's
they don't
pretty
get any help.
Sophisticated
Yeah,
mechanics.
it's the like the infiltration mechanics are like freaking awesome. I've never seen something like that
Yeah,
before.
sounds like
it's,
that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Or you can like sometimes they have like a radar in the base or in the town. And if you destroy that, you can call in the helicopter support, and he comes in and he goes guns blazing with the Gatling gun and just kills everybody. So, that first mission, right? The first time I did like a stealth style where I had to extract the interpreter. And then the second time, no, it wasn't extract the interpreter, it was kill the colonel.
Okay.
And the first time I infiltrated the base and I like gave the colonel like a headshot out of like close range, and it took me like, I don't know, 35 minutes. And then the next time I tried the mission, because you can do them like multiple times, or you have to do them multiple times. The next time I did it, and you get ranks after you complete a mission, like how much time it took if you got discovered. And the next time I just took my sniper rifle, and I think I was on the map for 2 minutes, and I shot the guy in the head, and I got like a super rank.
Oh.
So you have so many different ways to actually get everything done.
I see. Yeah.
And that is
I like that about games.
Yeah, and I bet somebody
when they are kind of look at that, man.
Oh,
that was beautiful. And I'm not there to pick up the.
Oh yeah, you are.
That's not in a good way. Yeah, I think these.
Oh
man, look at that.
Oh, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
We could watch that again, maybe. Yeah, I think these stealth games with like a sandbox mechanic, it's almost like a Hitman. And Sunesha basically taught me that, and I think that's awesome. That you can be as free as that in a game and have countless ways to get to your goal.
Yeah.
You just have to be creative and see what works for you. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean I remember the Hitman game you are playing right now. I think I played. That's the one I played too. I think I don't really know. Blood Money.
I think that's what you told me you were playing.
Yeah, with the like Ave Maria thing. Yeah, where that ending scene is, where he.
The ending scene is like the beginning cutscene also, where he's dead.
Yeah, where he's dead, right?
Yeah.
And I remember, and that is like similar but the difference is that all the Hitman levels are like really unique, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
they are.
and the things you can use to like kill your victims are unique, right? I remember that theater level, which I really loved, where you could like replace the gun with a real gun.
Yeah.
Then the stuff like that, right? That's like really awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know. In Metal Gear Solid 5, it's just
reusing of assets and everything looks the same. That's so weird, I think.
And you have like
nice shot, by the way.
Like in Afghanistan, you have 3 soldier skins they're using over and over again for the enemies. 3 skins. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like 1995.
Yeah. In in a game that is like hailed as the messiahs.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
it had a lot to live up to, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it probably just got overhyped, or maybe we need some more time to really dissect what is going on with the game.
Yeah,
I really can't say other than of the accounts of other people that I've heard talking about. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
How far are you in The Witcher, by the way, in The Witcher 3?
Oh, I wanted to pick that up again. I don't know if tonight or not, because I mean, I ranted about the Witcher 2 a little bit. Not really, but you know, it was just not for me that you had to do so much stuff all the time, and it gets kind of boring because it's always the same fighting mechanics.
Yeah.
But I really loved the game because the story and the cutscenes are just awesome. So I'm definitely going to play through The Witcher. I just took a break after I finished the last area, and
Okay.
I'm about to head in the next area now, and I just wanted to take a break and play something else. But I'm definitely going to pick that up again because that is just an awesome game,
Yeah. Okay.
like
So
story-wise.
you don't have a similar situation with The Witcher where you began saying it's so good and now you have like a gripe with
No.
it. No. Okay.
No, I think
Good to
I
know.
mean,
Because
The
I didn't
Witch-
see you playing a lot, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, I didn't play a lot, but that was just because I know that if I try to force it, I will get frustrated
Yeah.
or bored quicker. The same with like Let's Plays. I don't know if you remember, like in the beginning, especially Vampire the Masquerade, where I tried to force it, like playing and finishing it, and it just got worse and worse at some point.
Yeah.
And I just try not to do that. If I want to take a break from a game because it's not fun, I'll just do that.
Yeah, I agree. That's the best way of going about it. Do we want to talk a little bit about YouTube and our channel?
Yeah, of course.
Because I have like a little bit of a paradigm shift. I feel like I have a lot of fun and potential to do new interesting things if I take more time for a video and do it in a different format than I did before, which
Yeah.
was basically like a standard LP with little editing and one episode a day.
Yeah.
And right now I feel like it's better to take more time, edit more heavily, do something crazy with it,
Yeah,
and
more
and, and,
creative,
and, and
yeah.
do not produce a video per day. And maybe have like sometimes a let's play in which you are just doing the standard thing with a lot of output
Yeah.
videos, but not all the time.
Yeah, that is actually something I've been thinking about too. I mean, I'm still having, well, not really. I don't think I'm having fun at doing the old school Let's Play format as much as I did in the beginning.
You don't think
that-
you have as much fun anymore?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if that's because of Fallout, because I mean, I think I've been doing that for a year now. I have no
Yeah.
clue.
So how much hours do you have left in that?
Not
game?
many. I predict that part 100 might be the last one.
Okay.
And I'm part 88 now. I'm like right before the last area.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's an end in sight that is good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, what's gonna happen after Fallout 2? So what will I do? Will I start a new big game? And I was like, no, I won't. What will I do? I think I will actually focus on doing what you said. You know, doing like maybe Elite Dangerous, like a guide video there, or like a combat video there, and the same goes for other games too.
Yeah, that sounds actually pretty sensible.
And as you said, I mean, I will probably do like a Let's Play in the future, but not a 50-hour Let's Play.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't do that anymore. I'm afraid, even if I wanted to, because well, there might be times again. Right now, for example, my girlfriend is every day at home and studying for exams, so it's really hard to find any time to do Let's Playing.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Because yeah, you're in the same situation. The thing is, when you talk to yourself on the microphone, it's really weird to have someone listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. And funny that you said that because I had the same discussion with my girlfriend. Because as you know, my girlfriend is done with university and she's looking for a job now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which basically means she's at home every day.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. I mean, she lives here. She can do whatever she wants.
Of course.
But the thing is that when somebody's in the house, and talking on the microphone is very uncomfortable.
I feel so too. Yeah.
And I told my girlfriend that I thought I couldn't like enjoy my hobby as I used to because I don't feel comfortable recording when she's in the house.
Yeah.
But I didn't say that in a matter of, please leave because you're annoying me. I just said, it's just a thing. I might have to quit if it stays like this because, I have to set priorities.
Yeah. And it just doesn't work like this.
It just doesn't work like this.
It's the same for me, yeah.
Yeah, and then we talked about it, and she said, "Well, I don't care what you do there, and I don't really listen to it either." And she doesn't speak English that well. And then I was like, okay, well, this is like a problem that's in my head.
Yeah.
Right? It's not really a problem. It's just I'm making it a problem. And
probably, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. That's what I've thought by myself. Like,
Mhm.
And then I said, okay, well, maybe I just have to get used to it, and that's what I'm trying now, and it works kind of well. I'm just used to her being in the same.
So how are you spatially in the apartment? Because I know how it's laid out. Where are you like?
Well, I'm in the living room.
I mean, I know where you are, but where's she when you record?
Well, the thing is, she has she has the courtesy of like closing her door.
Okay, that is good. For example,
when I record.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean, that's we live in the same place, so we have to kind of arrange and compromise.
Yeah.
But I mean, if she would be. I get distracted really easily when she goes to the bathroom or when she's in the kitchen or something.
Okay, yeah.
When I record.
Yeah, then you're completely like out of the loop, and you have to you're in this awkward distraction mode. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is awkward. I mean, I'm sitting here talking to myself to nobody on the internet.
Yeah. Well, we watch a video of you scoring goals against your own team.
Yeah.
Twice in a row.
Yeah.
No, I definitely know what you mean, and I feel the same. With our apartment, the problem also is that we have cats who demand all the access to every room, and if I close my door, then they don't have that, and then at some point they start a riot and scratch the door as long as they want. So so that's another problem. If I could just close the door but that's not a thing that I could do all the time. That's a problem, actually.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I just also have more fun doing these more edited videos. For example, the Shower with Your Dad simulator took like forever to edit and produce.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed doing that. And I would do that also for longer games. But then that would take time, obviously.
Yeah.
And just this concept, I also started to incorporate more audio editing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've noticed.
Because I thought that this is something that hasn't been really done a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. But still, I still enjoyed making content for this channel, but it just won't be as regularly as it was before, I think. Yeah. Right now, at least.
Yeah, it kind of happened automatically a little bit, right? When your Ori Let's Play ran out.
Yeah.
And
also, I kind of lost confidence in my normal Let's Playing while I was doing Ori, and I can't even say why, but I kind of felt that it was not as good, So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, because you weren't satisfied with.
Yeah.
Or you couldn't identify with what you were doing.
Yeah, I can't really identify the problem exactly, but I wasn't satisfied. That's just the best way to say it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it's just not. It has no real spark in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I mean, this channel is not gonna die, so it's not really sad. It's just.
Oh, it's not gonna die.
No. For example, the music video, that's also stuff I would like to do more.
Yeah, that was awesome, by the way.
I mean, we have always been doing like several different things on the channel and had fun with all of it. So that's how it should remain.
Yeah.
But I'm just not
Oh,
seeing
nice.
myself. Yeah, that was very nice. Seeing myself do like the standard Let's Play thing every day.
No, I won't do that either. I don't even want to do that because I wouldn't have fun because I have to feel like doing it.
Yeah,
And like being under pressure and doing it every day, I don't feel that at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right
and
now,
it's
I'm watching Sunesha's Dishonored Let's Play, and I'm totally enamored with it. I'm really, really, really in love with it, and he has paused every other project of him basically, except for his Witcher Monster Guide, I think,
yeah,
because he felt like the other ones were just work, and he wants to concentrate on like doing the best he can with Dishonored and The Witcher, and it
Yeah.
totally shows if you have fun doing the project and it feels right and you put your love into it, then it's completely like a great product, you know?
yeah, yeah. It definitely is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So in the last episode of his Dishonored Let's Play, I died. Like a part of me died, unfortunately. But I
Why?
won't
What?
say more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been totally slacking. I've not watched other Let's Plays at all in the last, I don't know,
Okay.
1.5 month. Totally lacking any kind of Let's Play
YouTube
watching
watching.
motivation. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Well, it happens sometimes, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but for me, it's always like, I don't know. I like since I started like fitness and losing weight, I always try to like improve myself at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So I started to learn another programming language, and I spend a lot of time with that, you know. And
Okay, which one?
Oh, I did like the holy trinity of front end development, which is like JavaScript, HTML, and CSS.
Okay, yeah.
Well, just for fun, right? And just because I wanted to, because I always thought I wasn't really good at it because university courses sucked, kind of,
Yeah.
and so I did a lot of that, and I'm having like a lot of fun. So I didn't really have a lot of space for watching Let's Plays.
I see. Yeah. Naturally, I don't know how you would like get that all under in one person's time.
Yeah, yeah, and then I had my back problems.
Oh yeah.
Oh damn!
You
horrible.
lifted something wrong and then something snapped.
Yeah, something snapped in my back.
Ouch. That's not cool at all.
I couldn't move, man. I couldn't bend over. I couldn't bend backwards.
For
couldn't
like
do
10
anything.
days or something, right?
Yeah, it was really bad. And then it didn't go away. Like, it felt like something ripped in my back, and all the area around it was ripped too.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it got better, it was like, okay, the ripped area is fine, but the actual muscle is still fucked. So I still had this like sharp pain in that area, like in one spot.
Okay,
But it's okay now. So
you can do everything again in sports.
The exercise where I got the injury, I'm not doing that because I'm just scared of it.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm doing like similar stuff.
Yeah, it's probably better. You can do that again when you're comfortable with it again. Otherwise, if you're scared in sports, you're very likely to hurt yourself. Really, I feel.
I mean, nobody forces me to do it.
I mean, it's always good to have respect for what you do when you're doing something in sports that could lead to harming you. But when you're scared, you're just making mistakes, and then you really do harm yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's my experience, at least. Yeah, but we should really talk about fitness once in this episode, like a little bit.
Yeah,
I have a lot to say about the fitness industry as it is today, like
Oh, okay.
like the like capitalization of of health.
Yeah. Well, like you mean all these diets and
all these
products and
food. How do you say it? Additional like food supplements.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you call it. That's huge in the U.S. I mean, even here, but not that much. And also the whole gym culture, and that you apparently.
Do you even lift, bro?
Yeah, I mean. Also, I'm living right next to a very cheap gym in Hamburg.
Oh yeah.
And I see all these people there there's like a discounter underneath where I
Yeah.
buy most of my groceries, and I see all these people running around there, and they all don't look like they really are good at sports. They just look like they have
Yeah.
some muscles.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a weird approach to being healthy.
Yeah, it is. It is weird. Yeah, it's like there's nothing functional about it.
Yeah, nothing functional exactly. No real life
It's-
value except for looks. I
Yeah.
mean, it's probably healthier than other lifestyles, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely healthier uh, than doing nothing, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't give you like any control over your body. You know, it just
Yeah.
gives you strength.
Yeah, it's like just for looks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've actually, because he said it was just for strength, because I read that like bodybuilders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And probably Sunesh, I can say something about this because he used to lift, or he still lifts. I heard that they are actually very prone to injuries because the muscles they train are actually just the muscles you need for looking good.
Yeah.
But the actual muscles you need, that protect your back or that protect your, like, I don't know, your, what do you call that, zine and shit like that. It's
I
like,
don't know.
I don't know.
Zena, I don't know. It's
how do you say that?
but yeah, I don't know.
Is
That
it like
stuff that is
ligaments or
hard to
something?
chew
Yeah.
on meats.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't train the muscles that they protect them because they're like inside.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so they're very prone to injury. So they look very, very healthy and muscular, but, well, as I said before, it's not very functional.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So that's another whole huge topic, but
Yeah,
and then all these YouTube channels, for example, with bodybuilding, personal idolization of some like bodybuilders who then sell their own, I don't know, clothing lines or
Yeah.
supplement lines or whatever.
their own ebook.
Yeah, exactly, about how to look good. That culture is really weird to me because I really enjoy doing sports like outside with real people and like
Yeah.
like a bike ball or some instruments to help you do the sport, but not everything in the gym with these sort of like completely. I don't know how to say it. The words in English are missing also, but it's not something that I would enjoy or do, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we do like a little weight training at the boxing thing.
Yeah,
But
that's
that's just
something different.
Yeah, that's just because to prevent injuries and to get faster or to.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing a holistic thing there.
Yeah.
So then that's one part of it. That's something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, do you mind if we like delete some of our older Let's Plays?
Do you want to?
I would like to delete the Bioshock Infinite Let's Play, for example.
Okay.
Because I feel like we're only drunk and not doing anything really worthwhile there.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't mind at all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some. I don't know. Do we have another one? I mean, I have some adventure Let's Plays but nobody watched that anyway, so I don't really care about it.
Yeah.
It's like deep down somewhere.
If it's just not that good, we can just keep it. But if it's, I feel like the Bioshock Infinite thing is kind of
Yeah, we were just
probably
wasted the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I think it would not be bad to delete it, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have any other ones,
I don't know. Also, I thought maybe some new people who find us see that we have been producing so many videos and have such little viewership. It's kind of a disconnect and weird to them. So less videos might be better for the.
Oh, okay.
For the I don't know, for the image. I don't know. That's just a thought of me. Also, maybe just the overabundance of choice and what you would start to watch on our channel.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Ah,
Well,
nice
that
save,
was a
by
nice
the way.
save.
Yeah, really, really nice.
Yeah.
I would like to watch your perspective, but I'm getting motion sick from the normal cam. To be honest, normal cam.
Yeah, like this, you can always focus on the ball, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know how you manage to focus on anything with the normal cam.
It's probably why I fly past it so often.
No, that happens to me too. I think that's probably why you're such a good dribbler.
Yeah,
And
but how do you actually know where you're going with the ball cam? Because when the ball goes up, your camera goes up too, and you don't really know where you're going.
I would just say it's practice and it seems completely natural to me.
Yeah.
If the ball is too high, I mostly have to switch. I mostly don't even look where I'm going, but it's just I know where I'm going. It's just that you know.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah. But
See, those are the kind of shots I couldn't do with ball cam on, where you want to get like around the ball to give it like another.
I see. Yeah.
Hit to the right. I couldn't do that. I would just fly past it. But as you said, it's just probably getting used to.
I think so. Yeah.
But if you're already in, like, it's hard to change now.
Yeah, I couldn't change, and I think I don't want to because I'm getting motion sick from your view. Yeah, but that's a pretty fun game actually because we are here like 4 or 5, and we're almost like onto the enemy and at its tail again, and then we catch another goal. Because I fucked it up, by the way, because at the kickoff I was there too late.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, okay, should I really get the boost before kickoff?
Yeah. It's always a good decision to do, but not if your teammate fucks up the kickoff.
No, I do that sometimes too because I try to get the ball onto their side. And that sometimes takes a weird angle, right?
Yeah.
Nice. And so that can happen sometimes too.
That's true, yeah. Do we have anything else?
I don't know. Do we have anything on our list?
I don't know
how long have we been recording?
By the way,
Oh my god, all these switching of.
I think quite a long time already. Yeah, 2 hours and 1 minute.
Oh wow.
So that's 90 minutes of podcast. Should we call it a day?
We should stop. Yeah.
Probably do that, right? So yeah. Hopefully next week again.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Bye bye.
Goodbye.